Hi guys, today I'm going to be putting the player with tattoo up against the player with no tattoo at all. And coming up today will be 5 challenges in FIFA 23, the kickoff, the football, the penalties, and the career mode. And the first team to win 3 challenges out of all these 5 challenges win today's video. For the player with tattoo, I'll be putting them on AC Milan default, and the player with no tattoo, I'll be putting them on Inter Milan default. Let's take a look into the team. And for the player with tattoo, we have players like Neymar, Depay, Messi, Fernandes, Toni Kroos, Verratti, Theo Hernandez, Van Dijk, Ramos, Cancelo. We have Ederson for them in goal, and there is a lot of players in the reserve. And for the player with no tattoo, we have players like Haaland, Ronaldo, Mbappe, De Bruyne, Casemiro, Salah, Kante, Varane, Ruben Dias, Alexander Arnold. We have Neuer for them in goal, and there is a lot of players for them also in the reserve. So let's go into the first challenge, guys, which will be the normal kickoff challenge. And we are into the normal kickoff challenge now. The player with tattoo on AC Milan and the player with no tattoo on Inter Milan. The player with no tattoo have an attempt first. Mbappe there struggling, and a pass to Ronaldo. Ronaldo scored first for the player with no tattoo. And they are leading 1-0 already in the kickoff. Great struggling there from Mbappe and a good goal from Cristiano Ronaldo. And let's get going. The player with no tattoo again, Salah there, what a run. And he passed the ball to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne scores again for the player with no tattoo, and they are leading 2-0 already in the kickoff. The player with tattoo, they got one back, that's Bruno Fernandes for them. And it's 2-1 now, a corner now for the player with no tattoo. Header there from Varane, and it is still 1 already. Great header there from Varane, man. And it is still 1 in the kickoff. The player with no tattoo. Varane, they give the ball to Fernandes, and Fernandes scores for the player with tattoo. And now it is still 2 in the kickoff already. What is Varane doing there? He actually give the ball to Fernandes, and he wouldn't miss that. And now it is still 2 in the kickoff. The player with no tattoo against Sadio Mane there. Great run, but the shot was off target. And that was a good run there from Sadio Mane, who come on in the second half. Come on. And the player with tattoo now, great pass there from Kroos to Fernandes, and Fernandes scores again. And now it is 3-3 in the 93rd minute of the game. So they are going into the extra time. Good pass there from Toni Kroos. Look at this pass, man. And the finishing from Bruno Fernandes. And now into the extra time. The player with tattoo, Toni Kroos scores for them. And now they are leading 4-3 in the extra time. The player with tattoo again. Gone there from Fernandes, and he scores again. Now it is 5-3. From 3-1 down to 5-3 now. The player with no tattoo, Lewandowski to De Bruyne, and he got one back. They can still do it. 117 minutes of the extra time, and now it is 5-4. Great pass there from Lewandowski and a good finish from Kevin De Bruyne. Now it is 4 at extra time. Player with tattoo again, finisher. And they go all dead. Now it is 4 at the stoppage time of the extra time. So that, I think, good there. And that was kickoff challenge. The player that win kickoff challenge with 6-4 on goals. At Friday scored in the match for score 3 goals into it. And guys, let's go to the second challenge, which will be both penalty challenge. And we are in the photo penalty challenge now. Ronaldo for Ronaldo goal. Now the high for player 5 minutes. Side of the player to Messi for player with 2 Messi scores. That the human for the player with no tattoo as we score. We have Van Dijk player with tattoo. We must score to keep them going. And can he score? Van Dijk scores. Casemiro now for the player with no tattoo. And we have Ederson Morales, the player with tattoo. And Morales for. And he also means whoever comes with Neuer scores. Now we have Theo Hernandez for the player with tattoo. He must score to keep them going. Theo Hernandez miss. And that means player to win the challenge and it's someone for first win with challenge which will ball. I'm talking about I'll be selecting the Inter Miami and AC Milan and I'll be putting them against the all nations in the FIFA 23 mode. So let's go. For the World Cup, Inter Milan are in Group B with Czech Republic, Iceland, and Wales. And for the player with tattoo, which is AC Milan, they are in Group H with Hungary. So we'll be simulating all the group stage matches and see if any of these teams make it into the round of 16. And after simulating this, Inter Milan made it out of their group. And in Group H, they also made it out of their group. And now into the round of 16, let's see who they got in the round of 16. And in the round of 16, Inter Milan got Mexico and AC Milan got Brazil. So let's go on to simulate it and see if any of these teams will make it into the quarterfinal. Inter Miami against Mexico now. And Inter Milan win 4-2 after extra times thanks to Ronaldo and Mbappe. And now Milan against Brazil. Milan also wins, so both teams are into the quarterfinal already. And in the quarterfinal, Inter Milan got Romania and AC Milan got England. Romania against the player with no tattoo. And it's a 2-1 win for them after extra time again. And now England against AC Milan, which is the player with tattoo. And it's going to be a 3-2 win for them also after extra time. Both teams are into the semi-final. And let's see who they got in the semi-final of the game. And in the semi-final, Inter Milan got Belgium and AC Milan got Ukraine. And let's go on to simulate it and see which one will make it to the final. Inter Milan against Belgium now. And it's a 2-1 win for Inter Milan. The player with no tattoo, Ronaldo, scored the winning goal. And now Milan against Ukraine. And it's going to be a 2-1 win also for them. And that means both teams are into the final of the World Cup. So whoever wins the match, I mean Inter Milan against AC Milan, the player with tattoo and no tattoo, and it's going to be a 1-1 draw, but Inter Milan win 4-3 on penalties. So that means the player with no tattoo also win the third challenge and they are leading 2-1 overall. So let's go into the fourth challenge, which will be the normal penalty challenge. And we are into the normal penalty challenge now. Neymar first for the player with tattoo. Neymar scores. After we have Cristiano Ronaldo for the player with no tattoo. Ronaldo also scores. Sergio Ramos now for the player with tattoo. Ramos scores. And now Mo Salah for the player with no tattoo. Salah also scores. Bruno Fernandes now. Fernandes scores. And now we have Kevin De Bruyne for the player with no tattoo. De Bruyne also scores. Depay now. Depay scores. And now we have Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe also scores. Messi now. Messi scores for the player with tattoo. And now Erling Haaland for the player with no tattoo. He must score to keep them going. And Kai scores. Haaland scores. And now we have Toni Kroos. Kroos also scores. Casemiro now for the player with no tattoo. Casemiro must score to keep them going. And Casemiro scores. I thought that was over the bar. And now Ferrati scores. Whoever missed first will lose this game. And now Trent Alexander-Arnold for the player with no tattoo. Can he score to keep them going? And Arnold missed. And that make it a win for the player with tattoo. So the score now is 2-2 overall. So let's go into the last challenge and see who will win the challenge. And the team who wins the last challenge win the video. So the last challenge will be the FOTA football challenge. I will be playing the 4 versus 4 roles. Playing it in Paris. Look at this beautiful stadium, man. And the team was randomly selected by the AI. I think the Inter Miami got Mbappe, Trent, Lewandowski, and Ruben Dias, I think. So let's go. Inter Milan scored first again. That's Mbappe for the player with no tattoo. And they are leading 1-0 in the FOTA Football Challenge. Good goal there from Kylian. The player with tattoo got one back also. And now it is 4-1. That will be a lot of goals here. 4 versus 4 rush. And the player with no tattoo got another one. And now it is 2-1. Good there. And the player with tattoo also. Easy goal. I thought it is 2-2. There will be a lot of goals here. He scored another one, the player with no tattoo. And it is 3-2. The player with no tattoo again. The player with tattoo scores. And now it is 3-3. This is actually a family game. Score and I score. Good at that day. From the pirate, the player with no tattoo scores 4-3. There's going to be a lot of goals. Another one, 5-3 for the player with no tattoo. That was a good goal there again from Lewandowski. Easy, man. The player with no tattoo again, 6-3 now for them. That was... And we are still in the first half. They still score another one. And it is 7-3 now. Seven-three at half time. So let's go into the second half. The second half already, they are back into the game. 7-4 now. A good goal from Messi. Had the celebration from Messi. Man is actually a superhero. The player with no tattoo scores again, and now it is 8-4. Player with no tattoo again, 9-4 for them. That's going to be a lot of goals. Good goal from Kylian. The player with no tattoo again. The player with no scores 9-5. They can still do. There's still more time left. They with no tattoo again, and they score again. I thought it is 6. This one, 9-7 now for the player with 10. Good there from Van Dijk. That's medical. And they score again. Now it's 9. Come on. All more and they have 19 seconds. And it's 9. Oh my God. I bet it's 9 for them. For after time. So let's go. That's the one. For the move back course. Be the challenge. Player with tattoo have an advantage. And the course, I player with tattoo win the football challenge. That means they win the challenge by YouTube. They get the player with no tattoo. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe button. If you love me, please click the like button. Subscribe to become 1K follower. Not subscribers. Thank you. Peace out. I don't know.